So Tamara Christensen, John E. Gill, Lisa Jenkins. Okay, we have a quorum.
Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. The minutes for May 7th, 2024 ARB regular meeting, and we can just combine these with the minutes also of August 6th, 2024 joint ARB PZB work.
Motion to approve.
I second the motion.
First item of business is oh, I'm sorry. Does anybody in the public have anything they'd like to say that's not on the agenda for this evening? And then we'll move on to new business. The first item is the proposed Harvest District mixed use building. Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the contracted town planner. That's okay. The first item for business is the Harvest mixed use building appearance review. Do I have the ability to go forward or is it you? Okay. The fifth address is 15551 State Road 50. The applicant is Gemini Land Development, Inc. The owner is New Horizons Investments. The land is approximately 5 acres. It's currently vacant. It's in the Urban Corridor Design District. And the intent of the appearance review is for a proposed 3-story mixed-use building. This is an aerial of the subject property. Just some background on this property. The Town Commission has approved a planned development and development agreement for the Harvest District on March 26th. That was through ordinance 2024-06. It approved for a maximum of 72 multifamily dwelling units, a maximum of 48,000 square foot of commercial retail, and a maximum of 3 stories. In this approval, they also approved a conceptual design of the building. This is just a general layout of the site. You have the buildings up, 2 buildings up front mirroring each other. Okay, this was the conceptual rendering that was approved at Town Commission. And then this is the plan that they're coming in for review and approval today for your consideration. And these are just some renderings. The bottom left is the view from 50. So it's the top, and then all of these are from 50, just different angles from State Road 50. The one on the right is from the drive aisle in. So this is a rear facing view of the building. And the one on the left is also from 50. Okay. Oh. So we're here at the appearance review. The next steps will be if you guys, your recommendation will go to the Planning and Zoning Board and on the 19th of November, and then for consideration at the want the proposed one? Okay.
So it may look here more, modern, but if you look at the other renderings, it comes in more defined as an actual building. So this is just a scale of how they draw it, but it's the same concept. It may look different because the different technique, the way they draw it.
So it's a brick facade.
Yes, yes. This,
Gonna be black.
well, that's, I mean, right now they're black.
But it will have the brick.
Yes, it's all brick, yes. It's brick in front and back because, we face West Colonial. So we mimicked the buildings the same as internal, so the same facade.
So, and all of your parking is on the north side on the back? Are there any, is there any landscaping within the parking area or
Yes, it is.
within the parking spaces?
Yes, we have curbs, there's islands actually in between each section. We have, there's a buffer between the grove section as well, it's all landscaping.
So where the porch is,
That's retail.
up the top, with big black box around here.
That's a metal, it's metal, it's a metal detail.
It's going to stay black. Good.
It's galvanized,
Like that?
it's galvanized steel. I mean, it's a weather protective steel. It's not gonna go bad. It's a very inexpensive, galvanized. Baked and it's all.
First floor is all retail, second and third floor, you rent. And those are all mixed per floor, like for 1 and 2 bedrooms,
There's a mix, there's studio. and there's-
studios.
There's a single, there's doubles. So the smallest unit is about 785 square feet, that's the smallest, and then it goes up to 1,200 and change. Up to 13, few of them. So there's three different components. Mhm.
Doesn't seem. With the black. Like there's a piece of modern architecture.
Would be
on
black.
top of this old looking type building. Is that what? Is that
For the recommendation.
That was already a-
Commissioners,
what they want?
this is the look that we present. What was the time?
Okay.
I mean, this is an old, it's not a modern version of building. I mean, it's the-
No,
it's not even big, big criteria and open that.
yes.
It may seem it's a modern view, but it's not.
Do you already have any tenants downstairs yet?
We have a few people that are very interested. still very.
You don't know exactly what you're, or you don't have any idea of what.
But that's all. I mean, I got 40,000 square feet plus I don't know if it says it will be 8. Probably a third, 3/3 of that space, it'll be food. We have a, so that then besides that they're interested in the area and location that.
Never said it, but staff did recommend approval of this, as you kind of jumped back, but let me know if you have any other.
Motion to approve.
Motion seconded.
You want to public, if you have any questions before we move on. Motion approved. And the second item on the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Move on to item B, which is the open exchange office.
I'm gonna go ahead and get started while she gets it pulled up. Yeah. So this project is for the Oakland Exchange. The address is at the southwest corner of North Remington and Southern Railway. This is right behind where the racetrack is. The applicant is JW2 Development LLC. Wayne King is their point of contact. The owner is Racetrack. The land area is approximately 4.5 acres. It's currently vacant, and this is lots 5 and 6 of the Oakland Commercial Center that already has an existing PUD. So the intent of tonight, they're coming into, they've come in to amend the PD, and they're looking for your approval and recommendation of the architectural review of the building that they are proposing. On to the next. This is just an aerial view, to give you some reference. Racetrack is up on the right corner. So these are those 2 empty lots that are right behind Racetrack. Remington is just to the right and 50 is up north. So the red are the 2 lots in question that we're discussing tonight. Just some background on this site. In 2018, there was an ordinance approved by the town commission for the Oakland Commercial Center PD and development agreement for that 14.8 acres. And in 2019, there was a first amendment to that development agreement and to reflect the actual construction of the site. So in that PD, they established 4 sub areas. Sub area A, that's where Racetrack is. Sub area C is the pink, and that's the area in question tonight, and that's the neighborhood office subject district. This was the concept of the site that was approved through their PD process. These are lots 5 and 6. Again, these are the lots in question tonight. In the previous PD, they did have some character examples of what they would like, the building characters to look like out at that site. These are those images that were included. And then process-wise, they currently, as I mentioned, are going through an amendment for this PD. They're asking to amend from 30,000 square feet of office space to 37. They are revising the design for the lots. The conceptual plan showed 4 larger buildings, and they want to do 12 smaller buildings. And in that, they're eliminating a landscape buffer that was between the 2 lots, since they're combining both lots to be one development that's not needed anymore. And then they're asking to reduce the sidewalk width on the internal sidewalk of their development. And then they had also asked to increase from 32 to 42 square feet for a monument sign. On October 15th, this went to the Planning and Zoning Board with some recommendations and conditions for the Town Commission to consider next. So a few of their recommendations was to increase the landscaping between the dumpsters and the wall at the rear. They denied the request for the increase in size of this monument sign, and they denied the request of the 6 foot to be reduced to 5. So those recommendations will be considered at Town Commission next week. This is the site. You can see the orientation of the 12 buildings that you'll be seeing the architecture of tonight. I'm good to move on. Unless you guys need time to take a deeper
Well,
look.
If you don't mind going back to that, the previous one real quick. Sorry, I know. It's bad. I'm sorry. Somewhere you've got all the parking. On the other side of that, what would that be? On the south side? That's all residential right now, right? And that's a brick wall, about a 6-foot brick wall, something like that. It's not super tall.
Yeah.
But you've set those back with the previous one that was approved. Were they closer? It was closer to that wall, but yet.
The building
Buffer.
had some closer to the wall, maybe one of the buildings was closer. I believe a 30-foot buffer between that wall and the parking lot, and that's the area that I was saying they recommended additional landscaping just to provide more buffering.
That would be good.
Yeah.
And then it's even further than it's from the wall you're saying to the parking lot, and then it's even further than to the building.
Correct.
So that's quite a distance from, I'm thinking about the houses. And they're so close to that wall from
And
the
these are
back.
one-story buildings that you'll see when we go.
Yeah, I
it's-
saw that.
They're separate. Okay, so the proposed building are for an office park. And if you approve these architectural designs, then that will be a part of the planned development amendment and the amendment to the development agreement. That's the case that had already been presented to the planning board and is going to Town Commission next week. And then the proposed buildings are on the following slides. There are 12 buildings, so there's a lot of elevations to look at, but Elise can just kind of maybe go through them. And the applicant is here tonight, so if you have any architectural specific questions, they can speak to that. Yes. Yeah. So is that a? Like galvanized? Okay, so it's not the blue.
No.
Then there will be stone.
Actually, brick.
It is correct. And again, I'll ask the question, are the windows black or bronze? Okay. Fine.
Wouldn't be any late night stuff that.
Their finished schedule where we can actually look at what the colors. Real color.
You know, there's NEC metal roof, it's got a brick. Where you see the super brick.
Were you saying that the buffer is going back in since before they wanted for landscaping? Are you saying the landscape going back?
Concerned about
Factor in, trying to kind of marry commercial so close to residential and that sort of thing. Do you think that they would be able to put some kind of a limit on how late they would use the offices, or do you think that that would be mess up your leases? I guess I'm just, we're more concerned with like, something that would go on with training or something till 10, 11, you've got kids back there.
So just to go over some next steps. Your recommendation will go to the Planning and Zoning Board on November 19th and then to Town Commission on December 10th, which is the second reading of the amendment that will approve the amendment that they're going concurrent with what you're reviewing today.
And my only concern is something like they'll schedule, to look and see what the actual materials are. Like, Be my.
Kind of feel like I'd like to see the new buffer too. But, you know, you're gonna put landscaping, and that's gonna be a rendering as well, a drawing, you're gonna have that.
Yeah, that'll come down the line. Today's review is just for architectural.
Just for your.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like that.
Basically be white. So you think, white?
Benjamin, okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Staff did recommend approval of this, so let me know if you have any other questions.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the appearance review for Oakland Exchange Office Complex.
Second that motion.
Meeting is adjourned.